the genesis was development. Now, I say that because I started when I left Major League Baseball working as a scout. I started, I saw a bunch of pro guys who weren't really getting developed. There was kind of a miss here. It was like scouting would say this and development would say that. Um, you played, you understand. Sometimes those two departments don't always talk to each other, and the players are kind of left in the middle trying to figure it out, right? I thought there was a disconnect, and so when I was no longer with the club, I had a lot of people trying to come to me to train because they just wanted to find out what am I supposed to be doing here to live into the role and try to get to the big leagues, right? Because I'm not getting it over here and I'm lost. That turned, I started out with 4 or 5 pro guys, turned into about 40 real fast. So I'm getting asked to do these lessons. I'm getting asked to do these, this teaching. And I've never been a big lesson guy, man. For me, it's not something that, when I grew up, maybe I'm the old guy in the room now, I'm 46 years old. Maybe that's me. But like the lesson industry, I'm not saying I've never done them. The lesson industry isn't for me. It just isn't. I don't have a good feeling about doing it. I just want to, the game was always paid forward with me organically, right? It was paid forward, like just passed down. Again, not against guys making money and being paid for their time. I'm doing the same thing, but the one-on-one lessons, just not something I was in love with. And so we put together some camps and some development feedback and like, okay, this is what your tools say you should be, and you fast forward, you take a look at the amateur space and you figure out, man, this thing's kind of a mess. Like it's all over the map, right? I mean, you got these parents that know this and kid doesn't know that, and I felt a little bit guilty, to be honest with you, Percy, because, in pro ball, I've been in professional baseball for so long, 18, 19 years at that point, you're just so focused on your bubble. You're focused on what's happening with you. You're focused on the organization and nothing else. That's it, because it's such a dog-eat-dog situation, as you well know. You can be there one day, and the next day you might be at the house, and that's how that works. And so you got to figure that out about survival. So, I felt guilty. I was like, man, what happened? Like at all this time, where did this come up? And I saw people who genuinely needed some help. It wasn't just the pro guys needed some help. The kids needed some help. And it was more about, at that time, just understanding. They just want to know. How can I be what I want to get to? And I started telling them at that time, I said, look, 150 years Major League Baseball has been around, give or take. In that time, 13 billion human beings have walked the face of the earth, okay? And with that, approximately, don't hold me to the exact number, approximately 750,000 of us have been paid to play at any level. That's it. Not a million, not 5 million, not 1.6 billion, 750 GER. Man, that's it. That's all we got. And so when you're looking at that, it's like, look, this is really, really, really hard to do. This is really hard to do. And when it speeds up and everybody's around you, the genetic anomalies that professional athletes are, it starts to separate. You start to think about it. We're not, physically, we're not the average human. You can't do it. You can't do it. There's an anomaly there that comes with the athleticism and the coordination and all the physicality. And then the mental process is so separate from anything else that guys have to go through, because at some point you find your athletic equal, right? Okay. So all of that to say, these kids needed that information and they soaked it up.